Hi, I'm Julie Marie and I'm excited to bring you another one of my great recipes. Today I'm making mushroom gravy. I'm going to serve it over a bed of brown rice pasta. You could serve it over mashed potatoes, which there's a great recipe on plantpurity.com for those. They're not so fatso mashed potatoes. There's oil-free and fat-free. You should check those out. I'll make those soon on video. So I'm going to start off with a warm pan. We're going to heat it up. I'm going to add a little bit of water. This is what we call water sauteing. And I'm going to add about 16 to 20 ounces worth of mushrooms. Today I'm using white button mushrooms and baby portobellas. And also one whole onion, diced. We're going to brown it slightly, just until these mushrooms get tender and some flavor. To this, we're going to add a teaspoon of poultry seasoning, or you could use thyme, dried thyme, half a teaspoon of fresh ground pepper, let this cook down. As you can see here, all of this moisture and water is coming out of these mushrooms and onions, mostly the mushrooms, and so there is absolutely no need to add any oil to your pan. Once this moisture comes out, the mushrooms will shrink down and they'll start to brown, and that'll give us a little bit of flavor. We've got a few more minutes on this. Okay, so now it's browning nicely. This is going to give it a lot of flavor. And when we add the vegetable broth to it, it's going to get all these little brown bits to go into the gravy and give it a lot of flavor. Okay, we're going to add that in now. What I'm adding is 4 cups of vegetable broth, organic of course. 1 entire box. We're going to stir this up to get some of those bits off the bottom, the browning, so it gives our gravy the flavor. And while this is coming to a boil, we're going to add 3/4 a cup of water. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of cornstarch to that. And this is going to be our thickening agent for our gravy. We're just going to mix that up in the water. This way we won't have any lumps. As long as it's all nice and smooth and incorporated into the water, you don't ever have to worry about lumpy gravy. Okay. And while this is coming to a boil, we're going to add 5 tablespoons of tamari. This is a type of soy sauce. If you don't have tamari, you could use regular soy sauce. I like this one. It's organic. You can buy the low sodium one. This is going to darken up the gravy, and it's also going to give it some salt flavor. Okay, our gravy's coming to a boil, so what we're going to do is we're going to whisk in our cornstarch and water mixture. And we're just going to keep this boiling and whisking until it thickens. The cornstarch is going to make this gravy nice and shiny, and it's going to make it nice and thick to coat our noodles or pour over mashed potatoes. This is also an excellent gravy to serve on Thanksgiving over some vegetarian stuffing. You can hopefully see how thick this gravy is getting. And what every good chef knows is you have to taste it. Make sure we've got these seasonings right before we serve this to someone, before we add any more ingredients. It's great. Now we're going to turn off the heat now that it's nice and thick. And we're going to add 1 cup of soy milk. This is optional. You can leave it as it is. But since I'm serving this over noodles, the actual request for tonight was beef stroganoff. But we're having mushroom stroganoff, so I'm using soy milk just to add like a cream texture. We're adding the soy milk. And the color changes, looks a little more rich. And then I always like to get herbs into everything that I serve. So I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of fresh chopped organic parsley. It's going to give it a fresh ingredient that just brightens everything up. And not to mention adds a lot of nutrients to this dish. So what I have here is organic brown rice noodles over a bed of baby spinach. Got to get more veggies in there, so I added the spinach on the bottom. The hot gravy is really going to wilt down that spinach. And there you have it, mushroom gravy served over noodles. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you make some gravy and serve it over something fabulous soon. And remember, optimum health will be owned by those who eat an abundance of plants, so eat your fruits and veggies. Pack them in. Put the spinach underneath your pasta. It'll wilt down, it's like it's not even there. Take care, and best of health to you. Oh, you've been waiting for this.